Good morning and welcome to KidNuz, sponsored today by Bamboo Learning. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. And we begin with an about face on face coverings from President Trump. Yesterday, he said he's, quote, all for masks, encouraged Americans to wear them, and insisted he has no problem doing so himself if he can't maintain social distance. In fact, he thinks he resembles the Lone Ranger when he does, and kind of likes the look. Whether we'll get a glimpse of it this weekend is anyone's guess. Tomorrow night, he travels to Mount Rushmore for a holiday fireworks display that's been in the works for over a year. Organizers are expecting 7,500 to attend, but the governor of South Dakota says face coverings are optional. It'll be a different story on Saturday when Mr. Trump is back in Washington, D.C. for an Independence Day celebration officials are calling one of the biggest ever. 300,000 people are expected to crowd onto the National Mall, and officials are asking everyone to cover up and socially distance, advice that health experts say is critical to ending the pandemic. How would you like to float to the edge of space beneath a balloon as big as a football stadium? A Florida startup called Space Perspective says it's on track to deliver that dream in just a few years. A flight crew will take 8 passengers at a time in a pressurized capsule suspended from an enormous hydrogen blimp. Each trip will last 6 hours, during which explorers, as they'll be called, can post to social media and contact their Earthbound friends. The company plans to conduct its first unmanned test flight out of NASA's Kennedy Space Center next year. After that, it's expected to take off from various spaceports in Florida, Hawaii, and Alaska. Each flight will end with a splashdown with boats ferrying the passengers and ship back to shore. The price tag for this journey to the stars? $125,000. We now know definitively what killed off the dinosaur. According to a new study out of University College London, it was, as many have theorized, an asteroid. Researchers say the strike's impact on Earth 66 million years ago released particles and gases that plunged the planet into decades of winter-like weather and wiped out 75% of living things. The only dinosaurs to survive are the ones that morphed into birds. As for volcanic eruptions, which recently became a hot topic in dinosaur demise circles, they did take place, but in a somewhat ironic twist, new research shows these eruptions may have actually helped with the resurgence of life by warming up the planet. Lin-Manuel Miranda wants you to be in the room where it happened, and starting tonight at midnight Pacific, Hamilton fans will get their shot. The movie version of Miranda's wildly successful rap musical begins streaming on Disney Plus to its 54 million subscribers. The production was filmed back in 2016 on Broadway and features most of the original cast. Originally slated for the big screen in October 2021, Disney moved its release up and into living rooms to give stir-crazy viewers a way to celebrate over the holiday weekend. For Disney, it's marketing genius and will likely boost its subscription service. For fans of Hamilton, it's a chance to see Lin-Manuel in the title role, a brag he says that he wanted the world to have. Parents should note the Revolutionary War tale is rated PG-13 for language and does run a lengthy 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz. Who just did an about face on wearing masks? President Trump, who's now encouraging Americans to use them. How much will a ride on the spaceship Neptune cost? $125,000 for 6 hours. Scientists are now certain that what killed off the dinosaur 66 million years ago? An asteroid hitting the Earth. What brag awaits millions of viewers who watch the movie version of Hamilton? Seeing Lin-Manuel Miranda in the title role. In one for the road. This year's fireworks display at Mount Rushmore marks the first time a sitting president has visited the National Memorial in nearly 2 decades. It also marks the return of an annual tradition, which had been put on hold due to wildfire risks. The South Dakota monument features the 60-foot-high stone-carved faces of Presidents George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, and Theodore Roosevelt, and attracts about 3 million visitors each year. Before we go, a few fun facts about the 4th of July, which we'll celebrate on Saturday. It is not the day the U.S. voted to declare independence from Great Britain. That actually happened on this day, July 2nd, which many thought would be the day remembered by history. 2 days later, on the 4th, the Declaration, as written by Thomas Jefferson, was formally adopted and marked by the ringing of the Liberty Bell at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. For more on Thomas Jefferson and his contribution, just say, "Alexa, open Bamboo Luminaries." Now our holiday KidNuz birthday shout-outs. We have Ada in Blanding, Utah, Miles in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Eleanor in Kensington, Maryland, Matthew in Wilmington, North Carolina, Brooke in San Diego, California, Arthur in Somerville, Massachusetts, in Minnesota, Eva in Savage and Audrey in Van Ness Heights, in Colorado, Kinsley in Littleton, and Samuel in Denver, and in Florida, Bella in Lantana and Danny in Palm Harbor. Tomorrow, Elizabeth in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, Katie and Charlie in Hudson, Ohio, Jonathan in San Leandro, California, Ella in Hillsboro, Oregon, and Ian in Yarmouth, Maine, who, according to his mom, is our #1 fan. Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you have a great 4th of July, and tune in for more KidNuz Monday morning.